and then we'll go middle.
Several players have this championship field, course in the championship field. What does that mean? What aspects or characteristics of this course do you make it feel like a major?
You could walk on the first tee and see it's a major. Just, the way the golf course is designed, it's shaped off the tee for you to hit certain shots off tees, and then into the greens especially, you have to hit it to the right spot. You can't just hit it in the middle of the green. You got to hit it either just short of it or past the pins. You really just have to think your way around. I think that's what makes it a major championship, and the length that they have it set up. With the rain last night, you're hitting a lot of 4s and 5 irons and 5 to 6 irons in the green. So it's set up like a major. The rough is long. Everything about it just kind of screams major championship.
No disrespect to local field. Does it feel more as a major course? Major championship course, local field?
No disrespect to local field, does this feel more like a major championship venue?
I think you have to say yes there. I think Logan Field is a great golf course, but it's just on such a small property that it's very limited to what they could do with it. So we got more room here. We got more room for spectators, more room for stands. It's just got a bigger feel to it in general.
Question in the back.
You said that you brought sponsors to the tour. Did you get the sponsor and then in discussions with the sponsor somehow introduce them to them or encourage them, or how does that work?
Well, Marathon, they became a partner of mine, and then the first event I did with them, the CEO walked up to me and asked me why they should sponsor an event. So that's kind of how it starts. Maybe you put a bug in their ear and kind of show them, throw ideas at them and say, you could do this event, the whole KPMG event. I was pretty involved in seeing that coming together, and I was throwing ideas to KPMG the whole time throughout the process of it all coming together. So, I don't know, it's cool for me to be able to do that.
Could you share some of those ideas?
Yeah, what's your sales pitch?
Sales pitch. I don't know if I'm going to share my secrets. Well, I think for bringing a sponsor in, you have to find out what they want. What do they want to get out of it? Whether it's a grocery store chain like a Wegmans or a ShopRite, they're here to bring their vendors in. Or is it with KPMG where they're doing a women's initiative, so they're going to have a summit around it. They're going to have, these kind of up-and-coming female leaders out there. Maybe they're playing in the pro-am. So what is their goal with the tournament? What can they get out of it first, and then how do you make that work for the LPGA? It's getting those two parties to come together. So I think the first part is just figuring out what the sponsor wants out of it.
Middle row here.
Stacy, my colleague from Global Golf Post. What do you see as the biggest positives of the new Women's PGA Championship next year?
I think the biggest thing that's going to come out of that event is what it's going to lead to. I think you can say, the first, obviously, but I think the first is going to lead to more other events down the road. I think it's going to grow the game of golf. You've got the PGA of America involved in there, having a women's initiative to get more women playing golf, and that's what KPMG's initiative is as well. So we're growing the game of golf in that aspect. And then you have a partner with KPMG that has so many ties to a lot of other big companies that, we get them out to that event next year, and what does that lead to down the road? I think there's so many more good things that are going to happen because of that event down the road versus just saying the golf course or the first or anything like that.
The biggest thing you talked about in the press conference when that announcement was made, or that got your eyebrows raised, was the leadership initiative and the identifying women leaders to grow that. Leadership's been a big thing for you. Why is that so special? Why is that so important? And what can you do as the number one player in women's golf right now to further that cause?
Well, it's something that I realized with working with KPMG over the last few years is how many few women are in leadership roles, how many, I think the PGA of America, less than 1% of their members are female. And just, the numbers are just astonishing, and something that I get to do these events with KPMG, and just, I'm playing golf with CEOs and CFOs, pretty high profile women, and, you know, something that I talk to them about is to realize that we're all leaders. No matter what we're doing, we're all leaders. There's always somebody looking up to you. And even, you know, whether you're Lexi Thompson and you're 18 years old, there's always somebody looking up to you. So, that's something that I think is important for all women. I don't think it's just me or the number 1 player in the world or number 100. I think it's important for all women.
Questions in the back here, stuff ahead?
Yeah, I'm just curious, with, you know, more tournaments on the schedule, it's probably more important than ever to pace yourself when you're trying to get those year-end goals. Can you kind of talk about your upcoming schedule, maybe how you feel and how you're going to accomplish that?
Yeah, that last 3-week stretch was tough for me. I was pretty worn down. I could have used some time off there after Arkansas, but unfortunately, with the majors, the way the majors are spaced out, there's not a whole lot of options there. But now we've got some time where I'm going to play next week in Canada, but not play Portland, play Evian, and then the Asia schedule is still a little bit up in the air. I need some time off. I need to kind of recharge the batteries a little bit. I've had that the last few weeks where I've actually been able to work on my game again. But you just get in a mode where you're trying to do so much and you're tired that your golf game suffers just because you kind of get a little lazy with it, and you just don't quite have the energy to do what you need to do.
Question. Are you going to follow up that thing? Go ahead. Yep.
I know you've only seen this course a few times, but would you say that it's, you know, one of the top 3 tracks you can play all year? And just kind of give us an idea of how strong it is. I would, for this year, I would put it right behind Pinehurst as far as the fall. I mean, I love Pinehurst, and, but this one, it's right up there. It's just a good, fair test. It's not goofy golf. You know, if you hit a good shot, you get rewarded. It's in great shape. You know, it rained like crazy last night, you would never know it. So, it's up there.
When it comes to stats right now, you're first in scoring average, putts per green in regulation, rounds under par, and in birdies, you're third in greens in regulation. So that would suggest that things are going great. And you just said a few minutes ago that the last few weeks, you know, haven't been going so great. Is that maybe Stacy putting a high expectation on Stacy needing time off, or what would it be?
A little bit of both. I have high expectations for myself. You know, I had a pretty good streak there, top 10 going for a while, and I know I haven't had one in a while. You know, that's just who I am. You know, I'm pretty tough on myself in that aspect, but I think that's what drives me to get better. And you know, I don't feel like the game is far off. And like I said before, you can always get better. So that's what I'm out there doing every day. I probably drive my caddy, and my coach Joe's crazy sometimes, but it's what's gotten me to where I am. So I'm not changing that.
Question from Randall. We've got time for 2 more.